Today we are going to talk about timing. First of all, hello and welcome to Frugal Over 50. I'm Amy and I'm very happy to welcome you here today to my channel to another edition of the Wednesday One Take. Here at Frugal Over 50 we talk about everything related to frugality, minimalism, and intentional living, especially aimed at the needs of the mature woman. And on today's Wednesday One Take, I'm sitting in my car in beautiful surroundings. I'm on my way home from having done something that is kind of a small deal right now, but back when I first started thinking about it, it would have been a huge deal. And so I want to talk to you about timing of decisions and then timing of putting them into action when it comes to your finances. This particular situation is pretty straightforward to describe. I had a personal IRA. I have a personal IRA still with one company, and I wanted to move or transfer the assets of that IRA to another company. Simple, straightforward, just a few steps involved, but when I started to think about this and first began talking to the two different companies about the transfer process, I put it on hold. And I put it on hold for about 2.5 years. And just last week I started thinking about it again. Literally, yesterday afternoon I started the process, and today, 24 hours later, my portion of it is complete. Where 2.5 years ago it seemed so complicated that I could not wrap my head around it. And now I have done everything that was involved. And I wanted to talk to you about this because I think that sometimes we who are really interested in frugality or minimalism or intentional living, we have certain things that we think, I need to do this, I need to get this done. But somehow it just doesn't get done, and it doesn't get done, and it doesn't get done. And then later on, it gets done really easily, and we're not sure why. And sometimes I think that we get down on ourselves, like, well, why didn't I just do that 2.5 years ago? This was no big deal. Well, the thing is, it might have been a big deal 2.5 years ago. Or if you're thinking about a particular element of your life that you think you need to complete but is too overwhelming right now, maybe it's not the right time. Everything has its perfect timing. And it's okay to be gentle with yourself and careful with yourself about when is the right timing for you to do that particular thing. This particular transfer of assets didn't take me very much time now. And the reason it didn't take me very much time now is because my children are much older and they don't require so much of my direct attention throughout the day. And they have places they can go with their friends, and I have hours of time to myself. And that's literally what it took. It wasn't that complicated once I had time, but I needed a few hours. All told, this process took about 5 hours of focused work, and I needed to be able to focus. And it has only been very recently that I have been able to have 5 hours straight where I could focus on something because the needs of my children came first. Now they're old enough, I have a little bit more time, and so I can do these things. So it turned out to be very straightforward. But another thing was, part of the process wasn't just time, it was the number of separate steps that had to be accomplished, involved several different phone calls, several different website visits, 2 banks I had to go to get a particular kind of medallion signature guarantee, and it just was fiddly, and if you've got kids you're dealing with, fiddly is not going to cut it. So I am really happy that I waited. I kept the file folder with the information that I needed, and I called the companies back when I was ready, and now I'm making it happen, and it feels great. The timing is perfect. So if you have something that you have recently completed or that you think, oh, I could do that now, don't get down on yourself if it wasn't time before. There might have been things preventing you. Or if you have something going on where you feel some sort of internal or external pressure, if you have a way to wait because it just doesn't feel quite right now, That's absolutely okay. It's fine to take time. There are things where you have to make split-second decisions, but most things in life, you don't. You have your stuff that you have to take care of, and then you have your things that you can take your time on. I hope that you find this encouraging. I had a really great experience over the last 24 hours getting this sorted out, and also looking back over my life over the last 2 years and realizing how far I've come, how much my children have grown, and how exciting it is to watch all of us blossom into who we're going to be as they get older and they go out on their own a little bit more. All right, thank you very much for taking your time to watch this video about timing. And I wish you the best and perfect timing in everything that you're doing. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.